Hi. Today we are playing Resident Lover, a fan-made Resident Evil game made by Team Avia, where you get to try and date the different villains of Resident Evil. So yeah, check out Team Avia's Twitter, and the link to the itch.io page will be down in the description below. Thank you. Hi, Remake here, and today it's a new game. The demo came out this morning, and now I'm playing it, and I'm going to try and edit this for tonight. I swear I'm not a simp. So yeah, this is called Resident Lover, and the idea of it is it's a dating thing for different Resident Evil villains. Currently it's in demo, and we only have Cassandra's route, which already sounds cool. But yes, Lib sent me it on Twitter, and retweeted the tweet on Twitter, and then sent me it this morning, just like, it's out. So here we are. Thank you for playing our demo, blah blah. It comes one warm August evening. After you've come back from your local grocery mart, the sun is just setting, turning everything ablaze. It's why our eyes are drawn to it. The golden envelope shines under the light coming through the window, almost blinding you with its glow. You set your groceries down on the kitchen countertop before approaching the envelope, pondering its mysterious arrival. Had you brought it in this morning and forgotten about it? But how could you have missed it? The letter is golden with heavy wax stamp on the outside, the letter M imprinted into it. It's eye-catching, there was no way you could have missed it. Sam? Gillian? Is that how you pronounce that? I just read it as Gillian and was like, no, that isn't how it's pronounced. You call out to your two roommates, but they're not here. They must still be out at the movies for their date. Perhaps one of them saw the letter or late delivery of the day by some private company and took it in. The front of the letter contains your name and address of where it came from. Romania? Oh God. Who could be sending you mail from Romania? You crack open the pretty seal, a bit of pity you have to. But your curiosity wins out. Instead, there seems to be an acceptance letter in a brochure. The acceptance letter is printed on heavy and expensive paper, scented with something floral. You can't place the scent, but it makes your eyes flutter closed momentarily. It feels familiar, almost like home. You don't know why it feels like that, but you open your eyes and forget the thought as you skim the letter. Miranda's All-Girls University would like to cordially invite you to be an incoming freshman in our school. Your eyes widen as you take in the contents of the letter and their implication. The school wants to offer you not only a position in their international students program, but also a fully paid scholarship. This has to be a dream. What school would do that? You aren't even a traditional freshman. You had graduated high school and decided to take some gap years. You wanted to travel the world, make some money, and take a break from learning. You had sent out applications to school, but none had offered you a good package. So why is this university offering you so much? Offering you so much. How do they know about you? You open the brochure and analyse the photos there. Pictures of smiling students, scenic pictures of the campus grounds, club and job fairs, and even photos of special campus exclusive events. The programs and courses offered all seem to be enticing too. The school seems real. And if this offer is true, then you'd be a fool to reject free education. You would be a fool. The scent of the letter wafts up your nose again, and you inhale deeply. Feeling that nostalgia for something, what does it mean? Whatever it does, you know you'll find it at the university. Time to pack my bags. I'm going to Romania. I just like they're so like, oh yeah, you go and tell your roommates, you just tell them to pack my bags and get on a flight. Well, a flight later, a few hours with campus administration, and here you are, newly indoctrinated. You joined a cult student of Miranda's All-Girl University. You came here on a whim, but the college was real. Beautiful and idyllic campus is full of students going about their day. Even though classes start next week, already so many people are here. You're filled with excitement at the start in this new path of your life. This is the start of a college life you've always wanted. And the only question is, where should you focus your energy? What will you focus on? Dorms, theatre, or council? I'm gonna say theatre. The theatre, the main attraction of campus. Some might even go as far Farris to call it the lifeblood of the university. Take the stage with a local prima donna, scour behind the scenes with a ghost, or discover the truth behind your art professor's secret society. Just remember, the arts demand blood, sweat and sacrifice. If you can't give a killer performance, it might be your last. Now, that feels like a threat. Are you happy with this choice, or do you want to consider... I'm happy. I have to choose an elective credit this semester. Which one should I choose? Basics of music, women in art, theatre. I used to act all the time in high school, but I will have to dedicate myself. Yes. I already feel so threatened by the game, just being like, give a killer performance, or it might be your last. What the hell? Theatre is theatre. After your early class of the day are complete, you head across campus to find theatre. When you get to the building, your jaw drops up, and the building looks like something straight out of a book. Yeah. Like, this is where I assume I'm going to, like, if I go for a musical, this is what I assume it's going to look like. This isn't what I assume, like, a school theatre's going to look like. The building looks like something straight out of a book on royalty. It stands tall with domed ceilings. The columns that support the arches are decorated with leaf and divine designs. There is a grindstone path. Why did I right click? That leads up to a massive double doors and a small water fountain in front of the gurgles quietly. Inside is even more impressive, with plush red carpeting and velvet red walls. The inside reminds you of a Baroque vampire's house. Baroque. Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know. On it, lanterns serve as lights with a dim glow, making the place feel almost ethereal. Students mill around the area, searching for their classes. Some are similarly as entranced as you by this building, while those who have been here for years simply walk past, not sparing a second glance at the expensive old portraits hung on the wall. The place is expansive, and you get lost trying to find your elective class. The class is being held in the auditorium, and when you finally find it, you push open the heavy wooden double doors. Light filters through, and you stand on top, knocking? Light filters through, and you stand at the top, looking down upon rows and rows of red seats. Students have filled the seats at the bottom, so you scurry down as you gape at the stage. It is massive, but empty for now. You wonder what productions will take place here this year, and speak of youthful excitement hits you. High school, you would have loved to have acted on a stage like this. Instead, your school had to perform entire shows with a budget of $250 on a stage, not much bigger than the length of a school bus. This stage was an entire country in comparison. You squeeze your way to the front row and sit through the theatre orientation. Excitement makes you want to tap your feet against the floor. Now you're really jazzed about being part of the team, and the way your professor speaks on the subject with such passion makes it even more exciting to be here. There are so many students in this class and so many options on how you can help. How do you want to help? Usher, main cast, or tech crew? Main cast, be cool, be a vibe. Since I've acted before, why not take the stage again? Sounds like it'll be a lot of work, and that it will also be fun. Oh god. After class ends, you decide to clear out the room and go find the bathroom. The theatre is not that old, yet it reminds you of those ancient places prone to being haunted by ghosts. Ooh, spooky. Something creaks behind you and you turn and see a black shadow walking quickly past. Check out the mystery. It doesn't let me actually choose these options. So yeah, decide to ignore the mysterious shadow. You rush to the bathroom. When you're done, you head out or try to, but get lost in a confusing labyrinth of the backstage. That is when you hear arguing voices. Worried that something might get hurt, you hurry over to help. The door with a star symbol on it is partially open. You spot the name Cassandra Dimitrescu on the glittering ship. The name rings a bell, but you can't remember why right now. We quit, Cassandra. We can't deal with you anymore. What do you mean, you quit? You can't just all drop out. Auditions are coming up for the production and you all need to try out for them. She looks very washed up. She does not look happy to be here. Like... This is exactly why we don't want to do this. You're literally bossing us around and telling us that we have to. Try out for main production. What if we want to do smaller shows? You offer me to run this theatre, but that doesn't mean you own us. We're dropping out of the active troupe and you can't stop us. Have fun running your productions down with no one joining. They storm out of the room and you duck behind a conventionally placed column to hide from them. When they're gone, you peer out. Oh boy, that sounded very bad. But without cast, how would the main show go on? Now you remember who Cassandra is, the daughter of Professor Alcine, who happens to fund the theatre, and it shows. It's because of Alcina that Cassandra gets to pick and choose actors from the theatre major to stage the productions. Every semester there's a big hubbub about it, and you haven't seen one yet since you're new up here, but you've heard that the productions are next level. And Cassandra's high position isn't unwarranted. You've heard her performances are simply stunning. However, she can be quite the diva, so to say. You hear soft sobs coming from inside the room and decide to intervene, even if it is none of your business. Cassandra is sitting in her vanny, biting her bottom lip and trying not to sob loudly. Are you okay? Who are you? She quickly wipes her tears with the back of her sleeve and tries to school her features into more neutral ones. I'm a new student in the general theatre class. I kind of heard what happened and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I just thought someone was getting hurt and I came to help, and you're rambling now and you stopped yourself. You shouldn't be listening like that. Sorry, I got lost. I thought you might need some help, but it seems I won't be able to do much. If it helps, I'm sorry for what happened. They shouldn't have done that. What can you help me with? The crew quit on me. If they won't audition for the show, then how will I run the main production? Cassandra angrily wipes at a few stray tears that escaped her eyes. Can't you get other people to do it? They were all decent actors. Where will I find more in such short notice? She puts her head in her hands. This is all a disaster. I'll be a laughing stock. I'll never be able to act again. Every theatre and student in the world will hear this, and I won't ever be able to show my face to producers and show directors ever again. She's being overdramatic. Yeah, very overdramatic. Anxiety. When? She's being overdramatic. The situation is not that bad. She just needs some motivation to get through this hard patch. You won't do too good to give up. Now, one time the cast in my high school came down with the flu, and we only had half a cast to open the show up. So we all decided we'd play 2 roles instead of just one, since we'd all been in the rehearsal bunch of times. We ended up having more fun with it that way, and everyone just loved it. Smaller cast, huh? Maybe I could do something like that, something similar to the play 39 Steps, where all the roles are fulfilled by 6 actors. She stands up, revitalised and full of energy. This can and will work. She placed her hand to her chest and shoulders held back and head held high. That's the spirit. She's full of energy, the momentum of it sweeping you up too. What show are you running? Romeo and Juliet? I love that play, I did it in high school once. Perfect, then you know what kind of vim. What the fuck is vim? We need to get this show on the road. You want me to help? Sure, why not? Okay. She turns her dazzling smile on you and you're reminded why so many people are stunned by her acting. She's beautiful and charming and persuasive, and oh wow, you think you might have a bit of a crush on her already. She looks like she's washed up. She looks like she hasn't slept in 2 weeks because she's been writing a script and she's just running off of Starbucks. Sure, I can help. Help her to run an entire production wasn't exactly what you had in mind when you joined, but if Cassandra wants you on her team, how can you say no? Excellent, here's my phone number. She gives you a number and you put it into your phone. I'll have to run through the play and see if we can condense the roles of actors into 2 to 3 roles instead of 1 each. Then I want us to meet tomorrow at the cafe. We'll brainstorm and move from there to start advertising that we need new actors. There are plenty of students in the theatre major. If the ones I've gifted the opportunity... So, this is moving very quickly. But what I'm understanding is I've went to uni, classes have started, I walked into the theatre, went, okay, I need the bathroom, went to the bathroom, walked in on the, head caster, getting dropped by a bunch of her actors, and then calmed down her anxiety, and now I am being expected to help her fix the show. What the fuck? Okay. If the ones that I've gifted the opportunity to work at such high quality production don't want to take it anymore, then I'll just give other people room to be stars. She tosses her hair over her shoulder confidently with her hands on her hips, and she gives you a wink and a smile. So, I think I can get a meme of that. God. She's just like, bitches. Winks at you. She's like, I'm fabulous. So don't be late to our meeting tomorrow, Star. Sure. You stood her out, her wink and smile combined with the calling you a star makes your stomach flip pleasantly. You bid her goodbye and walk out of the building back to your dorm, feeling like this wasn't real. You have one of the most popular students on campus's phone number. You inhale deeply, clutching your phone so hard in your hand you're afraid it will break, and exhale as calmly as you can. When that doesn't work, you let a cheesy grin split out of your face and let your legs race through the campus. Do a little skip as you barely refrain from shouting out, I have Cassandra Dimitrescu's phone number! And Act 1, Scene 1. Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? The cafe is surprisingly empty at this hour, or maybe not so surprisingly considering Cassandra has asked you to meet at 4 AM before it's even open. The two of you sit outside in the light dark of dawn that is about to arrive. You're groggy-eyed, and you fail to stifle the lawn as you sit huddled in your hoodie. It's a bit chilly at this time, but Cassandra barely seems to notice. She is dressed lightly for this weather, a mug of steaming hot coffee next to her. She has a bunch of paper spread out in front of her, along with a stack of books. You notice they seem to be a mix of literature and law books. Good morning. Good morning. Perfunctory. Perfunctory. What? A perfunctory greeting. She does not lift her head to look at you. She is engrossed in something she is reading, nibbling on the crook of her finger as she does so. Is that from stress, or from concentration, or from the caffeine? You notice that there is an alarming amount of take-out coffee cups at her feet, all empty styrofoam. So what are we doing today, and why are we meeting so early? Cassandra looks up at you at this. She blinks owlishly. Early? You called me half an hour ago and told me to get here as soon as possible, and I did, and I've been sitting here for 10 minutes now. You trail off awkwardly, sounding a bit miffed that she made you get up this early. You're tired, and your previous enthusiasm for the project has died down with how early it is. Cassandra dives to the phone line next to her half-eaten bagel. She reads the time on her phone. Oh, I forgot that people actually sleep. Told you! A washed-up writer who doesn't sleep and just lives off of caffeine. She gives a small laugh to herself. Sorry, I lost track of time. There's just so much to do. Let's get started then. She moves some books and reshuffles her papers. Are you studying law? I thought you were a theatre major. I'm actually majoring in both pre-law and theatre. Oh wow, I can't imagine how much both are. It's not that bad, I just don't sleep often, but who needs sleep anywhere when there is so much to do? She waves a dismissive hand. I looked through the script and I think we can condense the roles of 10, maybe 12 actors. Romeo and Juliet have to be their own of course, so we need separate actors for them. Do you have people in mind? I was going to send out an email to the department to ask about it. Obviously I shall take the role of Juliet. I won't trust anyone else to play her. She squints her eyes thoughtfully at you. Have you acted before? Yes, in high school. I mentioned previously that we did Romeo and Juliet before. I also acted in... Cassandra cut you off excited. Excellent, you can be in the show too. You gulp at this. Getting to act in production for Cassandra is certainly a big deal. A massive deal. Terrifying deal. What role did you play? I was cast as Romeo. Cassandra puts her hand in her chin and looks you over. I'm the gayest Romeo she's ever seen. I can certainly see why. You've got handsome looks. Lies. You feel slightly warm at a compliment, but you can thank her for them. She shoves some papers at you. I want you to read some of his lines for me. Now? Yes. You're not ready to be put on the spot like this, but you have to do it. You close your eyes, take a deep breath, and reach into the part of you that becomes someone else. Remember what it feels like to be Romeo, to be... Hello? Okay, I thought they were going to ID me for it. Thanks. No comment.
Whoa, that is so big.
Christmas present, Sienna.
Okay.
Save the letter bar. I thought this. Well, that can go there whilst I continue. Remember what it feels like to be Romeo, to desperately be in love with someone. That painful longing, that slight maniacal dreaming and scheming to get what you want. The detachment to anyone or anything that was not Juliet. Juliet is your world. Thoughts fade away as your senses know until it's only you and Cassandra and the tide happens. When you open your eyes, there must be something different, and then Cassandra's brows go up. You rise from your seat and just stand by her, taking her hand in yours. You don't need the sheet Romeo and Juliet had been your senior year. Sure, it's still fresh in your mind after all this time. I will speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night be o'er my head, as a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him. When he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds as sails upon the bosom of air, you finish and look at Cassandra's reaction. She recovers from her slight awe and stands up, clasping your hands in hers, her eyes shine bright. Well, what do you know? Your acting is much better than I thought it would be. Not as good as mine, of course, but no one can be as good as me. And there's some things to work on. I'll train you naturally. So you can be much, much better. But I can work with this, and soon we'll have a show on the road. You want me to be Romeo? Yes. She nods her head sagely. There's something that you've brought to this character that I haven't seen in other versions before. I think we can capitalise on this and make a rendition of Romeo and Juliet that is different than most versions. When a stage of production is not a mere regurgitated work, it is art, reimagined and reinterpreted to tell something the story has never told before. You nod your head, confused. Cassandra's excited rambling continues. Perhaps this version can be one of the ones I love, where Romeo is obsessed with Juliet and she does like him back, but doesn't realise the depth of his depraved feelings, and is forced to falsely poison himself to escape him, but accidentally does poison herself because it was too high of a dosage, and Romeo, seeing her prone form, poisons himself to join her. Your head is reeling at this. There's certainly one way to interpret that play. Or perhaps we could even make it that Juliet is the one who does love him verily, so that she poisons herself and him, so that if she cannot have him in life, she can be with him in death. Dark! She's speaking so quickly it's hard to listen to her. Cassandra pauses herself here. Those are a bit depressive. Maybe a happier version would sit better with the audience, but they are coming to see something already lauded as a romantic tragedy, so a happy ending might actually make the audience dislike the product? Yeah, probably, actually. Depends. Honestly, tragic is tragic. You stretch your hands for a tight hold. Alright, I'll let you brainstorm those ideas. Just let me know when you need me. Cassandra jolts as she comes back to the present. Sorry, speaking nonsense again, aren't I? I just love acting, so I tend to get overzealous with it. A lot of people are thrown off by it. I hope I haven't alienated you with it. She looks insecure here, and you're reminded of how the entire cast left her because she was dramatic and too demanding of them. You shake your head. I'm fine. I find it endearing. That comment seems to genuinely make her happy. She runs a hand through your hair to your cheek, coping it momentarily. You're such a darling. You can feel your cheeks heating up with the urge to blush, but thankfully she removed. I need to stop pressing that, but I will just save that there. As the words hastily removes her hand before they can betray you. The cafe door behind you opens. They finally open for business. The sound of it makes Cassandra's head whip to it like an animal on the hunt. Coffee! She exclaims and bounces on her feet. I'm going to get some. Come in with me. Sure. The two of you walk into the shop and a nicely decorated sign has food and drink menus hung up on the wall. Cassandra walks up to the barista with a smile. I'll have the usual. She then steps aside and turns to you. Pick a snack, a coffee or me. It's the least I can do. Thanks for coming with me. She approaches the barista, Elena, and look at the menu she gives you. Cassandra a knowing look. Walk of shame? Excuse me? A walk of shame? What is that? You look at Cassandra for help. She's on her phone typing furiously. You look back at the barista who leans in close, somewhat talking in a whisper. She's like, don't expect anything else. This is just making you even more confused. What is going on? Like it goes here all the time. Cassandra brings them over after a night in, treats them with breakfast, and then that's it. The girls think they can get to be more than just a one-night stand to her, but it only ends up with them having a heartbreak. Don't make the same mistake. She's a huge player. Don't expect her to settle down. Fucking hell. Your head is ringing. You had no idea Cassandra had this sort of reputation. It's not like you were planning on dating her or anything. You're barely even friends at this point. Before you could think of a response, Elena, Cassandra swoops in, putting an arm around your shoulder. Talking ill of me again? It didn't seem the least bit offended. Instead, I affects a mock pout. I thought we were friends. Just trying to prevent another incident like last time. Don't worry. She gives you a squeeze, looks at you. We're only working as work partners on a massive project. Nothing's going to happen between us. Elena does not look convinced. Uh-huh. Elena turns to you. You let me know if she moves her hands or breaks that promise. I'll take away her caffeine access. Cassandra gasps loudly. I just love the idea that these two have become like really close friends because Cassandra is so addicted to coffee. Like, Cassandra's just like, look, I need to drink my 50 cups a day. Otherwise I will just collapse. And Elena's like, well, I'm gonna become your best friend and make fun of you for it. You wouldn't dare! As they continue to bicker like only friends can. You look at the menu. What should you choose? Does that have sprinkles down? After this, I got woken up before 4 a.m, so therefore I have most caffeine possible. And a bagel. Coming right up, you wait patiently for the food and drink to arrive. When it does, Cassandra pays for it, what you notice to be a black cab. Wow, how much money does she have? Well, if a mother can afford to fund the theatre, they must come from a family with money. Thank you for buying me food and coffee. It's not a big deal, really. I have to get back to my apartment. But I will see you soon, okay? She bids you goodbye and you catch Elena watching you with a raised brow. And Act 1, Scene 2. All eyes on me. Act 1, Scene 3. Don't look at me. I don't want all eyes on me. It's scary. A week flies by and you even know that Cassandra hasn't tasted you since the cafe and you're worried that something might be wrong. There are times you hesitantly hover your finger over your phone number to check in on her, but you never go through with it. Then on a week 2 of radio silence, she finally texts you. Good news, I've made an announcement that we're looking for actors. Auditions are going to be next week and I want you to be there to help me determine who's joining the cast. You immediately type a response back. Are you sure you want me to help? I'm not a theatre major like you. I've brought to a fan that sometimes people who are far removed from the topic can offer a fresh perspective on things. That said, of course I will make the final decision. Okay, she understands. All caps. Assert your dominance. Assert dominance. Also, sorry about the caps lock. I'm excited. Okay, let me know what time the auditions will be and I can be there. Cassandra's enthusiasm is infectious even through the phone. And you feel a small spark in your chest grow. Your roommate notices your reaction and naturally curious about it. What's got you smiling? You both look at Daniela looking over you, waiting for your answers. You haven't even realised it, but you have a wide grin on your face right now. You put your phone away. A project I'm working on with a friend is starting to work out. What project and what friends? Spill the deets. She sits up now, having been lounging on the chair pretending to do her work at her desk. The main stage production at Romeo and Juliet. You have an idea. Why don't you try out for it? Ida shakes her head. Yeah, my schedule is pretty booked all the time. She casually flips through a pink plan of where drinking is scrolled across the week in bold letters. Yep, busy with important stuff. Do you want me to join next week's schedule? I'm always happy to go with someone and you need to get out your room more. Except she's offered to go with her to important stuff. No, I'm not becoming an alcoholic. Maybe another time. Alright then. I'll pass on your auditioning too. You will be working with Cassandra and know how my sister gets during the production season. How did you know I was working with... Wait, what? Your eyes collide. Cassandra Dimitrescu is your sister? Daniela tips her head and gives you a look that is as if this should be obvious. Duh. You're Daniela Dimitrescu? Daniela laughs. Yup, that's me. You give Daniela a good look over. She's laid back and chilled, but it seems impossible for her to be related to Cassandra, who is a ball of energy about to explode at any moment. Yeah. And then I have one more sister named Bella, who's on the student council. Now you are curious about what Bella is like and about the student council. I have a room for you to get the show on the road. Cassandra could be a handful and very demanding, so don't take it personally if she gets standoffish. Sometimes she needs a good smack on the head to deflate her ego and get her back down to earth. Daniela laughs at this. She speaks with affection, so you know she's not entirely serious. Daniela gets up. I almost forgot, I have to meet with some friends. We're going to go skateboarding. Angie, you want to come? I don't like your friends. They're so rowdy. Daniela turns to you. Do you want to come? The great incident of 98. Show up at another time. I have an assignment I need to finish. I'll text you when we can set up a time. Danielle leaves after grabbing a skateboard. You take your book bag and go to the library to do some work before class. In the week passing the time for auditions, Cassandra calls you and you meet up to start auditions. You can see a line of people waiting for auditions going out the door. Seems like this is going to be a long evening. The line outside looks crazy. How are we going to manage seeing everyone? Sandra pats the giant Gatorade container she has filled. Caffeine. I brought lots of coffee to get us through this. She smiles, turns and looks at the stage, almost seeming to speak privately to herself. Despite them leaving and trying to scare people away from me, I still have such a large turnout. You overhear saying this but decide not to comment further on it. You take your seat and Cassandra is the first person coming to the room. 5 hours later, frazzled and feeling like your soul's been drained out through your eyes, you sit at a table like a limp piece of glass. Cassandra has not lost her prep one bit. In fact, she looks refreshed by the process, so maybe it's just a half a gallon of coffee she's consumed. How is she not dead? Even like with supernatural abilities, I think half a gallon of coffee might actually just kill you. Like, you're not supposed to ingest that much caffeine. We saw those students with potential today. Who do you think you should join the cast? Pick 5 from the list. Okay, I have to go with Sarah. Go B. Go Lisa. Go Finch. Let's go Cinder. Those are all great choices. Now the cast is finally coming together. What now? What step do we take next? Now all that remains is to decide who's going to play as who. You can leave that to me. What the two of us can do together is get our costumes ready. Since I know for certain I can play Juliet and you're going to be my Romeo, we can head over to the theatre costume department and get outfitted. The way she called you my Romeo makes your stomach flip pleasantly. You know she doesn't mean anything by it, but it makes you feel special. So, what you're saying is I need to get into acting so I can flirt with the ladies by calling them my Romeo. That's what you're saying to me, aren't you, Cassandra? You follow her as she leads way down the hall and several flights of stairs to the costume department. Opening the door to the room reveals a room covered in fabrics, piles and piles of it, layers of tables, and heaped up on the sides. Cotton dresses hang haphazardly on hangers and his bra hanging from the ceiling light. There's a bra hanging from a ceiling light. Okay, that doesn't surprise me for Resident Evil, though. Giselle, we're here! Someone's literally named Giselle. Gazelle. The room is empty when suddenly one of the piles of clothes starts shaking. A person erupts from it with a loud yawn. A small girl with curly hair and a pair of glasses on her nose and another pair hanging around her neck on a chain emerges. What is it? Don't be obtuse. I'm only ever down here for one thing, and that is clothing. Giselle gives Cassandra a look. I would beg to differ. The amount of times I've caught you down here very much doing the opposite of wearing clothes with your friends. Cassandra loudly interjects with a bit of unease. Anyways, can you do measurements for us? We need outfits to be the utmost quality. Is this Romeo and Juliet play you won't shut up about? Yes, and it's going to be the production of the year. Giselle looks impressed. You say that about every production. Am I wrong? Giselle begrudgingly concedes. Cassandra's just that good. No. I wish I had her confidence. So, let's get to it. Cassandra claps her hands together. You and Cassandra spend about an hour here. There, allowing Giselle to do her work. Sticking out her tongue, she uses her measuring tape to take the measurements of everything, from the length of your arms to the space between your toes. Cassandra can see you are being overwhelmed by all of this. She shoots you a wink and smiles and informs you Giselle is a professional and does stellar work with outfits. After Giselle is done measuring, she stands and ponders you, hands on chin, for so long you begin to feel like you've offended her. Then she turns and stares at Cassandra. Cassandra is not bothered by this. She even playfully strikes a few silly poses towards Gazelle's deep look of consternation. I'll have the outfits done in a few weeks. Perfect, thank you, Giselle. See you then. The two of you bid Gazelle. I'm just going between Giselle and Gazelle. A goodbye, and as you were leaving the room, you spot Gazelle down back into a pile of fabrics, mumbling to herself as she looks for something. I know today's been a long day, so you can head back to your dorms. I'm going to stay up and work on the cast script. The two of us need to run some lines together. You're a good Romeo, but you can be even better. Sure. Your Cassandra is intense about acting, so you're not surprised to hear she wants you to practice already. I'll text you when and where. No thank you, I'm busy this week. Can't wait. Can't wait. Don't care if it's 4 AM, I will get on my knees and speak to you, my lady. No. Fucking hell. Awesome, I love your enthusiasm, I wish more people could be like you. End of Act 1, Scene 3. Running through my mind. Act 2, Scene 1. From the top! Make it drop. That's badass, man. The two of you reading the lines of the past 3 hours. You're reading for Romeo while she reads the other character in all scenes to help you fall into your role better. You're feeling a bit tired at first, your voice starts to go hoarse. You guess that Cassandra will be intense, but even this is more than you'd expect. She has not lost any of her energy, still so strong since the morning. Alright, let's get the show on the road. It's like, yay, what lines? Again. Can we take... I think if I ask for a big break, she might punt me. I'm not being sarcastic at her, so... I knew I could count on you to help get the show up and running. In love? Out of love. Out of her favour where I am in love. Alas, that love so gentle is, in his view, could be so tyrannous and rough in proof. Which I should read next. Hint, if you don't know, consult your script in the diary. Diary! Out of love, of favour, alas, the love gentle view. Alas, that love whose view is muffled, still should be without his eyes see pathways to his will. Alas. Where shall we dine on me? What fray was here? Yet tell me hot, for I have heard it all. There is much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh brawl in love, or love in hate? Oh, anything of nothing first create, or heavy lightness, serious vanity. Mishap and chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bread smoke, cold fire, sick health. Still waking, sleep, this is nothing that what is. This love feel I feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh? No, 'cause I'd rather weep. No, 'cause I'd rather weep. There was knocking on Cassandra's door. She paused and put the script down quickly, smoothing the wrinkles on her shirt. Though there are none, and pushing a strand of hair back into place. Is she expecting someone? Who is she getting ready for this wear? Oh, and are you getting jealous, but you don't own a monopoly on her time, not her friendship? You try to push those ugly feelings away, yet still hold your breath when she opens the door. Hello! There are 3 women standing outside her door. You recognise 2 of them from the auditions. Are they here to talk about the play with Cassandra? Oh my god, Cassandra! She squeals in a high pitch and makes your ears hurt. Cassandra must have fears of steel, for she does not went to the close range. We're so excited to be working on this play with you. Totally excited. The other nods her head. We're ready to dedicate our bodies to long hours of... Oh, fuck. She beats her eyes. Why did her tone sound so salacious? You don't like that. Just say the word and we're at your command. I'm so happy to be working with you on this. I've heard that you about your production and this great opportunity to help catapult us in stand by your side. I'm glad you're all excited for this. I will let everyone know through email when the next steps will be. You can just text us. Here are our numbers. She hands over a slip of paper with their numbers on it. Cassandra takes it and slips the numbers into her pocket. Thank you. Look forward to my emails. She's just like, I'm not texting you. I have to get back to reading lines now. Practicing already? Wow, you really are intense when it comes to theatre. You must be intense in other ways too. What? That I am. The 3 girls all giggle. You can feel unease sitting heavily in your stomach. At least one of them is hitting Cassandra right in front of you. You know, Cassandra has a reputation for being flirty, but seeing it happen in real time hits differently. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to finish up with Romeo. Who's Romeo for this play? The 3 of them turn their heads and notice you. You don't miss the flash of scorn on one of their faces. You wiggle your fingers in an awkward greeting. Hello. I don't know you, and like I know everyone. Why is some unnamed freshie playing Romeo? You could do better, Cassandra. That's such a teeth on edge. Who is this woman to be so rude to you? Flip the girl off. Apparently someone good enough to get picked by Cassandra and you doubting the skills. Flip the girl off. Just flip her off. I'm just gonna quietly flip her off. Dan's gasp at his shock at your actions, but you quickly hand the middle finger when Cassandra looks back to inspect. Anyways, we should get going for now. We have a class soon. They all wave goodbye. Cassandra closes the door on them. She turns to look at you and notices your dour expression that you failed to hide. What's wrong? Nothing. That doesn't sound like nothing, but I won't pry unless you want to talk about it. I think I'm going to go and get lunch. I'm hungry and thirsty. Cassandra glances at her phone. I keep forgetting that time flies when you're having fun. She smiles at you. Go eat. I'll see you soon, my star. Calling you my star will never cease to make your chest feel warm. You bid her goodbye and leave her dressing room. You make it through the backstage, only getting lost once in the maze of it when a hand reaches around the corner and grabs you. You yelp, but no one is around to hear. You come face to face with none other than the stands from before. Someone scoffs. Who do you think you are, getting preferential treatment from Cassandra? We've been her number one fan since forever ago, but because she's so gorgeous and talented, and leeches like you need to attach yourself. No shame. You're so ugly, like, ew. I bet you don't even brush your teeth. She gels a finger at your shirt. You should be embarrassed to be anywhere near Cassandra with those clothes. Defend yourself? Leave me alone. No, not until you leave Cassandra alone. What do you even want from me? It's in the office, stay away from her in the show, and we won't bother you. Simple enough. Why does it bother you so much that I'm playing Romeo? If you try and get rid of me, they'll just find another Romeo to play the role. Someone scoffs. I would take your place. Keeps nodding their heads. It seems she is head and honcho on this weirdo club. She is a much better actress than you. So we're going to give you a choice. You can either resign quietly or we will ruin you. Look serious and slightly psychotic. What can you do? Don't back down. If you think I'm going to give you so easily, you're mistaken. I'm going to stay by Cassandra's side as Romeo and you're not going to scare me away. I'm not leaving though. She was so upset when the others left. I'm not like that. Also, I like the fact that I get to just unironically flirt with Cassandra. You should have given up when you had the chance. Get ready, because this isn't going to end well for you. They turn on their heels and walk away. You watch them go, raging hurts well inside. You never expect to find yourself in such a situation, but you do. All you can do is remain strong now and hope the situation blows over soon. I am fucked. 2 a.m. Act 2, Scene 2. You toss and turn at night, unable to sleep. When you do fall asleep, it's filled with feelings of distress. You finally give up on sleep at 2 a.m. and pull out your phone. You look at it before opening the chat function and messaging Cassandra. You need some comfort and you know she won't be asleep at this hour. Your roommates, well, great people, are sleeping right now. Daniela is snoring, drool coating her pillow, and she's mumbling, "Hey, Macarena," in her sleep, and that's some music only she can hear. You send the message to Cassandra and immediately get a response back. Now you know what time the auditions will be on, and it could be there. Hey, you're not sleeping now? Late night project? Can I ask you something? Oh boy, this gives me flashbacks to when all my hookups wanted to talk to me. What's up? Look, I know you told me not to worry about those stands of yours, but I am. Why? They threatened me if I didn't leave the role. They did? When and how? I'm going to have a word with them. They can't do that. I'm getting defended. Since you're up, do you want to come over to my apartment and we could talk? You bolt up in a bed, eyes go wide, an invitation to Cassandra's place. Scary invitation. You type back a quick yes and jump out of bed, quick getting changed. She texts you her dress and you show up in front of her campus apartment a few months later. Nervously, you ring the doorbell, a symphony of crickets keeping you company as you wait. A light goes on inside and then the door opens. Cassandra's in front of you. Come on in. You follow her up the stairs to the second floor of the building. She takes you inside her apartment, the kitchen, living room and dining room, all in a big room with open walls. There's a door ajar that leads to a blue-tiled bathroom and a shut door that must lead to the bedroom. Wow, this place is nice. Thank you, I decorated it all myself. And look at the decor, there's playbills framed on the wall. You look at the decor, there's playbills framed on the walls along with the posters of famous actors and actresses. There's potted plants taking up the space of the windowsills and coffee table. Comfy blankets and pillows are placed on the couch. There are a few brown throw rugs on the floor. This is a very nice apartment. It was homely, nothing you would have expected of Cassandra. You had a very big personality and you expected bright colours and loud print, maybe even a whole place decked out like Hollywood in gold and black. Make yourself comfortable, then we can talk. You sit down on the big couch and pull the blanket over yourself. Cassandra busies herself in the kitchen. You watch her as she works and mind how quickly she does everything. When she is done, she brings you a steaming mug of hot cocoa. Hot chocolate makes everything better. She takes a seat next to you. I'm surprised this doesn't have any caffeine in it. Mine does, but I figured you wouldn't want some in yours to spill. We can talk about what's bothering you, or we could talk about something else. Talk about the issue. It's just those girls, I'm worried about them. They threatened me not to work with you, and I know I shouldn't start issues. I don't want to start issues, but they are. and I don't want it to get in the way of production. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on them. Nothing to say or do will dissuade me from keeping you on as Romeo, okay? She rubs the back of your hand at this, sincerely gazing into your eyes. You take a huge gulp of your hot cocoa to avoid blushing, only to burn your tongue's head. Ouch. Can we do something else? Like what? I don't know, maybe watch a movie? Sure, let me turn on one of my favourite movies of all time. Is it Titanic? Why would you think that? You have a friend movie poster of the doorway. Cassandra shakes her head. I was in love with one of the actors when I watched it. Rose was how I found out I was into women. Then what was your favourite movie? With a secretive smile, Cassandra pops in the DVD, hops on the couch next to you, wrapping the other half of the blanket, surrounds herself. Your eyes go wide and you see it appears on the screen. Legally Blonde? Okay, yes, good pick. It's such a good film. I thought you'd be more into avant-garde film. The ones with limited screenings that play in different languages. Cassandra wrinkles up her nose. Does anyone actually like those? They're so pretentious. She pauses. What is your favourite film? Don't have one. I'm sure you haven't seen the movie to move you yet. We'll have to fix that. The two of you watch the movie together. Cassandra begins to quote the movie line for line until you have to shush her so you can enjoy the movie in peace. She gets up halfway to microwave popcorn and two of you devour it all within minutes of it being... This is cute! Eventually you begin to feel relaxed and the lack of sleep is starting to catch up with you. Your eyes begin to droop and you don't try to stop them. Ah! A loud shout pulls you out of sleep. The movie has ended now and the screen is blank, so it couldn't have been the movie. What caused that noise? Your heart is racing in your chest and you look over to check on Cassandra. She's fallen asleep. This is the first time you've ever seen her asleep. She didn't look peaceful. Her face scrunches up and she feels a leg that almost hits you. Then she screams again. Wake her up. Cassandra, wake up. You shake her shoulder and she jerks away, panting hard. She looks around wildly as if confused by where she is. Are you okay? Sorry. She's stirring. She must be badly shaken. Her cheeks are flushed as if embarrassed by this. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm worried about you. What happened? Cassandra runs her hand through her hair and swallows loudly. She doesn't look at you, she speaks. I have a nightmare disorder. Whenever I go to sleep, I only have unpleasant dreams. It gets really bad sometimes. I can scream my head off when I sleep or kick and punch anyone around me by accident. It's why my mom got me in my own apartment, so I don't wake up my roommates with my screaming. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry it's like that. Is there anything that can help? Cassandra chuckles ruefully. Not sleeping helps. It's why I chug all the caffeine. I stay awake as long as I can, and then when my body can no longer take it, I fall asleep. And because I'm so tired out, I don't have nightmares then. Today I didn't mean to fall asleep, but it was so comfy by your side. Maybe a doctor might help? None of them have. It's just something I have to live with. Did trauma cause a nightmare? Maybe it's from PTSD? Cassandra shakes her head no. No, I just got unlucky under the stick. It could be worse. She looks at the clock. Well, it's time for me to go to my 7 a.m. class. You're free to stay here until then. But I have to go. You don't like leaving the conversation like this. It's so sensitive and important. You feel you got a glimpse of Cassandra as she tries to hide from others. She packs up her books into her shoulder bag. It's still not looking at you. I won't tell Sol about this. Thanks. It's just embarrassing. It feels like a 5-year-old that has asked Mum and Dad to check for monsters under the bed. There's nothing to be embarrassed by. She shoots you a grateful smile, but it's clear she wants this topic dropped, so you drop it for now. I'll see you later, okay? This weekend we're officially going to start our rehearsals, so get ready to be up early. She leaves the apartment and you decide you might as well too. You turn off the TV, fold the blanket and wash the dishes, then you head back to your dorm. Daniela is up at this time. She's in the middle of doing half stretches when she sees you come in. The one was busy last night. Who's the lucky person? She winks at you and you blush. You all certainly not be sharing with her what happened with Cassandra. Nothing much. We went to bed, spoke, and remembered he had something unfinished left to do, so we raced over to the library. Sure. Keep your secrets then. We'll find out one way or another. You roll your eyes at her. I don't ask about your personal love life. That's because I overshare it. Please don't. Resident Lover. Brilliant to you by Team Avia. Dead Finches. All in all. Okay, that's like a lot of names. Thanks for playing the demo with Resident Lover. So yeah, that's what's out so far. I am so excited for the full thing to come out. I have no clue when that'll be, but I cannot wait. Like, genuinely cannot wait. So yeah, that was Resident Lover. I'll link the itch.io page down below so people can go check it out. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.